What's up, everyone? Another match in the Premier League. Usually and always, we see the Premier League. So much excitement, so much competitiveness. Man City, home game on the Etihad Stadium against Wolverhampton. Another 3 points, 3 goals, 3-0 to Man City. Unbelievable performance for Man City, even though uh, the opponent today was a little bit weak. Let me say, weak opponent. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Let's be clear, let's be honest about it. Man City, they have gained so many positives today from today's game. Um, Erling Haaland, he managed to score another hat trick, and he managed to break the sort of goal drought that we talked about a few days ago. I told you that Erling Haaland is going to score again, and he will maybe begin another goal scoring streak. He scored the last match against Tottenham, and today he scored a hat trick, 3 goals, and he was substituted early in the second half. If he continued, I think he would have scored maybe 5 goals in this match against Wolverhampton. Clearly, the first half we saw Wolverhampton and their manager, their plan, it was very clear for everyone. You don't have to be a specialist in football analysis or anything like this in order to understand the manager's plan. It was very clear. He wanted to play a purely defensive game, um, and to play on the counter attack, taking advantage of Adama Traore's strength, fitness, and pace in order to make a really fast counter attack. But we didn't see any of this. There were no counter attacks for Wolverhampton because the defense of Man City, most of them, they are well experienced and they are in their best shape. But we have to give credit to Wolverhampton in the first half because they played very well defensively. Really, they managed to close all the spaces, the right wing, the left wing, even the midfield. Really, they played a very good game, in my opinion, in terms of defense, even under high pressure from Man City players. Man City, we know them, they love to possess the ball and as long as possible, and to put pressure on the opponent. Wolverhampton in the first half, it was something unbelievable for me. Their ability to stand defensively and to prevent Man City players, top class players like Haaland and others, prevent them from scoring so many times on many occasions. So Man City, they managed to find the net only once in the first half, and it was who? No one except for Erling Haaland. He managed to find the net, but we have to give so much credit to Kevin De Bruyne. I think he made a fantastic assist for Erling Haaland. And this is why we always say this. It's not always about Erling Haaland. He knows how to score goals. He knows how to move in the penalty area and how to find the net. But at the same time, he is surrounded by such great players who can really make him score so easily. Some people say and criticize Erling Haaland. They say he scores only tap ins. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this because some other players, I don't have to mention any names, some other Man City players in the penalty area, some chances the same as Erling Haaland, it comes to them, but they fail to put it in the net. So it's not always because he scores tap ins. He scores difficult goals as well, and we can't forget his goal in the UEFA Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. Was this a tap in? Of course not. Erling Haaland, he managed to score a goal in the first half. The first half ended 1-0 for Man City. I think this was a great achievement for Wolverhampton and their manager. We saw the second half, it was nothing but a copy of the first half. No question about that. Man City, they continued the pressure, they maintained the same level of pressure on Wolverhampton's defense. But Wolverhampton's players, I think they are a little bit harsh and they make really dangerous tackles against Man City players, and I didn't like this. You can't really achieve a positive result against Man City on the Etihad Stadium by doing this, by trying to hurt the players. I think this was a very wrong choice for Wolves players. But the difference is very clear. The difference between both teams in terms of quality, in terms of finish, in terms of fitness, I mean on every aspect. Therefore, we saw Man City players, they managed to find the net once again, and it was Erling Haaland as well. The third goal, in my opinion, reflects and represents so much self-denial from Man City players. We saw Riyad Mahrez, he was very near from finding the net, but with great unselfishness, he passed the ball to Erling Haaland in order to make him score a hat-trick. This was Erling Haaland's fourth hat-trick. He is new to the team. He came to Man City last summer and he managed to score 4 hat-trick. I mean, this is something that we have to celebrate, something that Man City has to be proud of. Really, it has never happened before. A player who makes his first season in the Premier League, one of the toughest competitions, one of the toughest leagues. I think it's the toughest league, the best league in Europe and in the entire world, the most difficult competition in terms of defense, and he manages to score 4 times a hat-trick and 25 goals so far. Man City, they played how many matches? 20 matches. He scored 25 goals in such a difficult league defensively. Really complicated competition, difficult to score goals. It's not easy to find the net. Yet Erling Haaland managed to score 25 goals. I mean, this is just unprecedented goal scoring record, and he will continue. What makes me even more perplexed and astonished by this performance and this ability to score goals is that Erling Haaland, he most of the time he doesn't play the full match. He gets substituted in the second half, in the 60 minutes maybe. He plays 60 minutes, 70 at most, and then he gets replaced by another player. This is something huge for Erling Haaland, and his father, I think he is very proud of his son who is breaking records. The last season, Mo Salah and Son Heung-min, both of them, they shared the Premier League top goal scorers, 23 goals. Both of them, they scored 23 goals in 38 matches. Erling Haaland, he managed to break this record and he scored 25 goals only in 20 games. I think maybe some matches in the Premier League, he missed some matches. He didn't play all of them. This adds more astonishment to these great records that Erling Haaland continues to achieve. Once again, we have to say that Pep Guardiola's Man City, they are well qualified in order to compete until the last game, the last minute in the Premier League this season in order to win this trophy. Some people were doubtful about Man City's ability to put the pressure on Arsenal because of the last few weeks. But I think two consecutive wins now, this is something very well. They started to find the net. Erling Haaland has been prolific the last two games. This is very promising for Man City and their fans. Man City, I think after we saw this performance against Tottenham and Wolverhampton, when you put these players under tremendous pressure, when they get really serious about it and they give their best and their utmost in order to finish and get the 3 points. I mean, really, Man City coach Pep Guardiola, he is very wealthy. He is very wealthy, and he's very happy with this. It's not wealthy. I don't mean wealth, money or stuff like this, or real estate. No, he is wealthy in terms of the squad. You know, this is the best squad on the planet. Let's be honest about it. Great players in every single area. Goalkeeper, defense, midfield, right back, left back, playmaker like like De Bruyne. You know, no player can make assists like him on the entire planet. And finally, also have Erling Haaland, the best goal scorer now on the planet as well. So, and you have Mahrez, who is really doing a great job the last few weeks. He has improved significantly, and he continues really to make a huge contribution to the squad and to Man City's performance. But really, Guardiola is a wealthy coach. Not many managers or coaches can have this kind of ability to rotate between players. So he can rotate so easily. He benched De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden against Tottenham. This means a lot when you bench someone like these superstars. You bench them and you win 4-2. And you manage to come back from 2-0 down to 4-2. It's not easy. This makes Pep Guardiola so much confident about his ability to come back. With regard to coming back, I want to talk about Man City against Tottenham. They were 2-0 down. Why people are surprised? Why people are surprised that Man City managed to come back against Tottenham? This is normal. This has been normal for Man City. I think if you want to get the best performance from Man City players on the pitch, you have to score and start first. You have to score 2 goals. in Ederson in order to watch Man City playing seriously and to put pressure on the opponent. I wish that this could happen every time, every single match in order to enjoy. Today we saw Wolverhampton. They didn't have a good attack on the offensive. Really, they were very poor. No chance, not a single chance. I guess Ederson, he was sleeping almost. He has not been tested at all throughout the 90 minutes. Arsenal today, after they won against Man United, they managed to preserve their place as first in the Premier League table. But now we have Man City putting the pressure, and it is a tremendous pressure on Arsenal. Who is going to win at the end? I don't know. Really, I can't say that certain team is going to finish first and win the trophy. Why? Because everything is open and anything could happen in the Premier League. But realistically speaking, based on squads and performance on the long run, we have to say that Man City, they have a fantastic squad. You know, he can rotate so easily like this. It's unbelievable. And we see also Man United. I think they will put pressure, even though they lost today. It was a difficult loss for them. They lost, but they lost with their head up, and they were near from getting 1 point, a draw at least, from the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal, they continue their dream. Like I said before, they remind me of Leicester City in 2015-2016 season under Claudio Ranieri's leadership. But really, it's tough really to tell or to predict who is going to win. But what I can predict is that at least three teams will compete ferociously in order to finish uh, first in the Premier League table. Maybe Newcastle. I can say that Chelsea, they will come back. They rank 10th now in the Premier League table. Remember my words. I predict and I expect Chelsea to come back so strongly the next fixtures. At least they will finish 5th, in my opinion. Chelsea is coming back. They managed to get huge and amazing signings, especially Felix and Modric. They are going to change Chelsea's performance on the attack, especially. So more excitement is yet to come, more enjoyment, more suspense. I think this is nothing but a great thing for the Premier League fans all over the world. I think this makes them feel so happy about what's going on in the Premier League.